Okay, everyone, we are going to go ahead and get started. First off, welcome and thank you for being here and joining us for our Down the Hill Leaders meeting, our second March meeting. We want to thank you for being here, as well as talk a little bit about what this meeting will look like. So we are recording this meeting. It will be posted on our Lost Valley website next week. All of our meetings will be recorded. So the one for March this month, and then following months, April, May, and June will also be recorded. The signups for our April meeting will go up next week, and we will be using the Q&A feature in this webinar. So down at the bottom, there's a little thing where you can click Q&A, and at the very end, we will be answering all those questions. So if you have a question that comes up during our presentation, please go ahead and add it to our Q&A feature on the webinar. So my name is Tori Harris. I serve as the camp director. Working with me this summer is Jacob Walker, one of our assistant camp directors, and I'll let Bijan introduce the rest.
Thanks. My name is Bijan. I will be the second assistant camp director during the summertime. Jacob and I are going to be sharing some responsibilities this summer, and you may get to know him at a later meeting. Also joining us for our summer team is Becca Daniels, and she's going to be our program director.
My name is Cassie. I'm one of the assistant program directors. I'm going to be focusing more on advancement program. Kevin is our other assistant program director, and he's more focused on specialty program. And of course, we have Andrew Olvera, our ranger, and he'll be there throughout the summer.
All right, as we get started tonight, I'm going to introduce the topics that we're going to share with you at this meeting. If you were not able to join us for the Sunday meeting, we covered the same exact topics, and we're going to do that going forward, covering the same things at the Sunday and Thursday meetings so that you have the opportunity to select whichever day works best for you. We've decided to share information at monthly meetings in an effort to give you the information that we think you need at the time that you're at right now. So we're several months out from summer camp. We want to give you the information that is part of your right now planning process and a little bit looking forward. And as we get closer to camp, you'll find that we're going to be sharing more information that's pertinent as we get closer to camp. So we're going to talk tonight about the payment schedule, what program is going to look like in camp, what registration for program is going to look like. We're going to talk a little bit about blue cards and virtual advancement, how that's going to look for us this summer and what that means for you. We'll share campsite cooking information, what you need to know and what it's going to look like on Wednesday night for campsite cooking. Then we're going to share some basics about camp, including Wi-Fi and how you can communicate with us and how we're planning to communicate with you. We'll end our meeting talking about our Maverick program and a little information about joining our staff if you have scouts or scouters who are interested in joining camp staff.
All right, so for on to numbers and the payment schedule. If you have updated numbers from what you first put down with your claim stake, or even now maybe as we start to get crossovers from Cubs, you can go ahead and email us at summercamp@ssrlv.org to update those numbers, or you can do it through our BlackPug 247scouting.com website. We want to make sure every scout that wants to go to camp should be going to camp, so please go ahead and update those numbers. We have just passed our first payment for our scouts that started January 31st and ended at the end of February. We're currently in our second payment phase, which goes up until now to April 1st. And then by May 1st is our final payment for scouts and our adult payments. Now, if you have scouts that may need a campership for any reason, if you go to that QR code that takes us to our website and they can apply for a campership. We never want financial need to ever stop a scout from coming to camp. So please, if you have those scouts that need a campership, please have them apply so that we can get them to camp. If your unit for any reason needs to cancel, the last call for cancellation is June 1st, 2024. And by that date, all but $25 per scout of the fee is refundable through June 1st. After that, unfortunately, it's not, because we've already staffed, bought food, program supplies, and all that kind of good stuff.
Now moving on to some of those more program details, we have a lot of exciting stuff. We're very excited to offer it all. So as you may know, this is our 60th anniversary of summer camp at Lost Valley, and we're very excited to celebrate it. I'm glad to have you along with that. So along with our some celebrations and challenges throughout the week that'll kind of look back on our 60 years of summer camp. The kind of big culmination of that is our Beck and Bash evening program. We really encourage all scouts, all adult leaders to be there. It'll be a really fun Tuesday night, kind of like block party type vibe. Other new program news is we're adding a new program area in Calico Base Camp. This will feature our Cooking Merit Badge, which was previously at Scout Skills. And it'll also have the new additions of Hiking Merit Badge, Exploration, and Radio Merit Badges. As well, most nights of the week, we offer evening programs that are a little bit separate from the merit badges, and signups for these will happen at camp. As well, so like our merit badge program runs Monday through Thursday on a period scheduled throughout the day. So you have 4 blocks, each an hour long. And so throughout the week, your scouts are able to earn that merit badge. And then Friday is a little bit different. Friday morning, we have some time for makeups, but also lots of camp-wide games Friday afternoon that are really fun and kind of end the week on a high note. Some program that's not quite finalized yet that I want you to be aware of is our stables program. Currently, we're not anticipating to have horses this summer, but we're still looking into that, and that's not quite finalized. And the other thing that's not quite finalized is our aquatics program. Of course, we have our pool, but we're also hoping to add the lake. We just can't guarantee that until we know exactly that it's going to be full once we get out of the rainy season. Specifically for our merit badge program, the merit badge course schedule will be online on our website under leader links. Like I said earlier, we have 4 one-hour sessions of merit badge program throughout each day, and then by Monday through Thursday, they get their merit badge. Signups for that will be available on like a Black Plug. We'll have that linked as well. And then we're really excited to offer a lot of new merit badges this summer, and these new merit badges include hiking, exploration, radio, chess, electricity, geology, and as well for adults, we are going to offer an NRA RSO course throughout the week. We'll have more information on the specifics of that and the other like various adult programs we'll be offering at our April meeting. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. As we continue to move along in our meeting, if you have any questions that pop up in your head, please feel free to add them to the Q&A right now or anytime thereafter. We will answer those all collectively at the end. I just don't want you to forget the questions that you have. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about program registration. So as Cassie had just said, evening program signups will happen in camp. We'll talk a little bit more about what evening program will look like and what offerings we will have at a later meeting. I just want you to know that there's nothing for you to register ahead of time for evening program. For merit badge program or advancement program, you'll be signing up your scouts through Blackpug or 24/7 Scouting. It kind of has a couple names. The location where your unit registration contact signed you up for camp and is entering your scouts' names. That's the website where you will enter merit badge information. Please note that there is an email that accidentally got sent out early stating that merit badge registration was open. It is not yet open. It will be open May 4th at 2 p.m. The reason that we're waiting that long is we want to make sure that our merit badge schedule is as finalized as it will be, so there will be no changes for you or your scouts before signing up for merit badges. Also, by opening on a Saturday, we're giving everybody, including those that work, the same opportunity to be able to sign up because some of our programs will fill up and not have capacity for all of the scouts who want to. So, in order for that to happen, we'll be opening merit badge registrations on May 4th at 2 p.m. During that time, our management team will be hosting an open Zoom where if you have questions, difficulty registering your scouts, need information answered, you can jump into the Zoom meeting and we will help you live in that moment, answer questions or fix any problems that the system is giving you so that you can sign your scouts up for the merit badge that they need to be signed up for. Please note that you will not be able to sign up your scouts for merit badges unless they are current per the payment schedule. So since we are after May 1st, that full payment will be due and it must be paid in the system for the system to allow you to sign up for merit badges. So if you know that you're paid in full and you don't see signups right now, that's okay because it's not open. On May 4th, if you still don't see signups at 2 p.m., let us know and we'll help you fix that problem.
All right, so for the 2024 season, Lost Valley will not be doing physical blue cards. We will be using Black Pug's digital blue cards. So through that registration system that you're using for camp and signing up for merit badges, it also has a place to pull advancement reports as well as printable blue cards. And so moving forward, Lost Valley will be using those digital blue cards. There's no need for troops or scouts to bring physical blue cards to camp. We will only be using that system. Thursday night of each week at camp, we will be doing our blue card party for adults. At this blue card party, it is an opportunity for adults to check in on the progress of their scouts before merit badge makeups on Friday. So that way they can see, oh, this scout has finished this merit badge, but needs one more requirement. And so Friday morning, they can go to nature or scout skills, whatever area they need to finish their merit badge. After that, the following week, all digital blue cards will be updated and ready to print for your troop. So you'll be able to pull the blue cards as well as the advancement record off of Black Pug. All right, I want to talk a little bit about Wednesday campsite cooking. So this is a special program that we do at Lost Valley, where on Wednesday nights, the units cook their own food. And why I wanted to talk about it early was if you have scouts transitioning from Co-Scouts or that need to work on rank advancement, this is an opportunity for them to do one of their cooking meals. So Wednesday night, we do not have any flags or evening program besides campsite cooking and campers campfire. Charcoal will be delivered in the afternoon, and we want you to start this early, this process early, and start the charcoal early. The scouts will then go to the dining hall, pick up their food. The guides will come in and make sure that everybody is good to go. If they need any help with campsite cooking, getting them all in there. We'll do instructions for campsite cooking at the SBL meeting prior to Wednesday night. So at Wednesday afternoon, we'll go through what this all looks like with the SPL. But things you'll be getting in the campsite cooking box will be hamburger patties, potatoes, carrots, onions, bell pepper, foil, seasonings, everything you need to cook your meal. You are more than welcome to bring extra ingredients or a patrol box, but you do not have to. Everything that you need for Wednesday night is all packaged up for you and picked up by the scouts.
Alrighty. So we are going to be communicating with you in various different ways as you prepare and as we prepare for summer camp. We just wanted to share what those methods might look like so you can be on the lookout for them. And if you have any questions, have the ability to reach out to us. One of the more prominent ways are these Down the Hill Leaders meetings. We're going to have one each month leading up to summer camp where you'll have the opportunity to hear from us and we can hear from you with any questions that you have. Like Tori had said earlier, the videos will be posted. Feel free to share them with any unit leaders or adults that will be joining us for summer camp as they ask questions. One of our Down the Hill Leaders meetings before camp, we will invite your SPLs to join so they can get SPL related information prior to camp. The next method is our Leaders Guide. Our Leaders Guide is posted on our website. I posted a couple links in the chat, but our general website is just ssrlv.org. And then you can find the summer camp tab at the top and go to leader links. And on leader links, you will find the Leader's Guide. The Leader's Guide is a comprehensive document about programs, activities, camp information, pretty much anything that you need to know about camp is in our Leader's Guide. Please feel free to share that with your parents. Email it to them, print it for them, whatever you prefer. In that Leader's Guide, you will find a lot of relevant information. You will also find a sample of some things that may change. I believe we actually took out most of the schedules because the schedules will be posted separately under leaders links on our website. You'll see the camp map, the merit badge schedule. Eventually, there will be an evening program schedule. Those are available to you to download and look at as you prepare for summer camp. I would recommend that you do not print and bring them with you to camp. As they may change before you arrive, we will print you new copies when you get there, and you will be able to have them for use at camp. But for now, you can look at them and reference them. If we have any updates, we will post the updates and replace the old one. So in the bottom right corner of most of our documents, you'll see the revision date, and you're just going to want to reference the document that has the newest revision date. Also on our website is more information about programs like our Mavericks and Borrego and other things you may want to know about camp. If you're interested in camp history, there's a tab about that. If you want to get a hold of us, the email I posted in the chat and the one on the screen, summercamp@ssrlv.org, goes to all 8 of our management members, and one of us will be able to respond to you via that email. Or you'll be getting emails from 247scouting.com, which we often refer to as Black Pug. Again, that's the registration site where your scouts are already signed up for camp. Whoever is your singular unit contact is the person that has access to that. The system will send emails to everyone from us. So sometimes those emails go to spam. I would recommend going to look and find them. If you haven't gotten any emails, you should probably go look somewhere because we've sent a couple. There's been some emails about payments, some emails about this meeting. So if you didn't get them, let us know and we'll help you find them. But you will be receiving those prior to camp as well. Communication at camp is also going to happen. We're going to have SPL meetings and adult leaders meetings throughout the week so that we can be providing information to you as you are there at camp, and we can be getting information from you to solve any problems or help answer questions. Please note there is no cell phone service anywhere in or near our camp. As soon as you get close to the dirt road, cell phone service will not work for you. When you get into camp, you will have access to our camp Wi-Fi. Most modern cell phones are able to make calls over Wi-Fi. You'll have the ability to send messages and check emails and all of the things that you need to do as an adult. You probably will not have access to do things like stream Netflix or download large files, but we do provide the internet to you free of charge while you are in camp. Most of our larger buildings have access to Wi-Fi, and we will review the buildings as we get closer to camp, but they're also listed on the screen. Our mailing address is in the Leader's Guide. So if you download the Leader's Guide, you can share this address with your families. They are more than welcome to send their scouts mail at camp. You are more than welcome to send snacks if you want. I would note that mail takes longer to get to camp than it does most other places. First, the mail has to get to the beginning of the dirt road, which is 10 miles away from camp on dirt road. And then one of our staff members has to go get the mail from the mailbox and bring it into camp. We always recommend that parents send mail the week before their scouts arrive. Please make sure that it's addressed according to the information on the screen so that we have the troop number, the scout's name, and the week number. That way we can get it to the right scout. That mail will be passed out at our leaders meetings throughout the week or available to leaders to pick up in the trading post.
All right, I want to talk about Mavericks at camp. So Mavericks, or the Maverick program, is our Lone Scout program. Now you already have your date and your week for camp, but you may have some scouts that are going on vacation that time, doing sports, whatever that looks like, that may not be able to join your unit for your week of camp at Lost Valley. And so we wanted to tell you about our Maverick program. So this is for scouts that are coming alone or in buddies that still want to enjoy camp, but maybe can't come with their unit. And so they would sign up as Mavericks on Black Pug using the same registration system that you've already used to sign up your troop, and they can come any week of camp. They will be joined by other Lone Scouts, and they will be put in with a unit so that they can enjoy their week of summer camp. So if you have scouts that can't come with you for your week of camp, please tell them about our Maverick program so they can still come to the Valley and celebrate with us.
We also want to mention that we are still looking for staff, especially for CITs. So if you have scouts who maybe aren't coming to camp but might be still interested in working at camp, it's a really fun experience. It's a growth opportunity for a lot of scouts, and even like non-scouts is okay too, or if you have adults who want to work. We do still have a few staff positions open, and we are always looking for more CITs. CITs are our counselors in training. Not a full staff member, but they can be as young as 14, whereas like our full staff need to be 16. But yeah, if you know anybody having your scouts or anyone else who might want to join our staff, this QR code kind of links them to our applications, or they're also on our website. So please encourage them, if anyone you know, to apply.
Staff is also a really great opportunity for adults who are bored during the summer, like teachers, and anybody who has a summer off and wants to come hang out with a bunch of cool people. Alrighty, we're getting really close to the end of our meeting. As we start wrapping up, I'm going to discuss the future topics. These are not particularly in order or exactly what we're covering in April, but we will be covering these topics throughout the months as we get closer to camp. Adult program and evening program, our food menu, what that looks like for camp, how we dine, what the dietary restrictions information is. We'll cover all of that for you. The trading post, what items you can buy in the trading post, how our campsites look, what items you'll have in the campsite, and our other facilities, including shower houses and restrooms. We'll talk a little bit about Campers Campfire, when that is, how your scouts can get signed up for it. We're going to give you some very specific information on how you can expect check in and check out to look. We give that to you so that you can be as prepared as possible so that your scouts have a seamless transition into and out of camp. We're going to provide you a little bit more information about the packing list. And I say it like that because the packing list is listed on our website under the leader's guide, as well as our menu information and some of this other stuff. But we want to give you a little bit of tips and tricks on the packing list. We'll talk about service opportunities and how your unit can get involved with camp and to give back, as well as briefly cover our emergency procedures. We will go over this more while you are in camp, but we want to give you a little bit of heads up. Our next meetings are April 7th and 11th. And again, that's a Sunday and a Thursday. You can pick whichever meeting you want. The same information will be presented at both. We just want to give you two different opportunities depending on your schedule to join us. And if you're not available for the April meetings, you can re-watch it or watch it for the first time on the video that will be posted to our website after the second meeting on the 11th. We're going to get into our time of Q&A. If you have not already asked your questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We're going to, into the Q&A function feature. We're going to stay on as long as you have questions to be able to answer those questions for you. When the questions stop, we will wrap up for the evening and release you onto the rest of your night.
Thank you, Bijan. I just want to recap a few of the questions that we've already gotten. We talked about it a little bit, but when do we sign up for merit badges? That will be on May 4th at 2 p.m. Those will open, and the registration contact for Black Pug or 24/7 Scouting is the person that will then put in the merit badge classes for the scouts. We had a question about camperships. So a question about camperships for scouts outside of council. We are asking that question. At this point, I would suggest you can put in an application, but I am asking the campership committee if we can accommodate scouts that are out of council as well. And then our final question so far has been if we wanted to increase numbers of scouts and scouters coming to camp, please do. We would love to have all of you. Email our SSRLV email, which is summercamp@ssrlv.org, and we'll put you in touch with the reservations team or make the change for you so that you can have all your scouts and adults come to camp that want to come to camp. All right, great question. Next, we have, will there be a vegetarian burger patty option for Wednesday dinner? Absolutely. We do have, usually it's a black bean patty, but it is a vegetarian patty to accommodate our vegetarians at camp. All right, we have a question about a Maverick Scout. They're a little bit nervous about going, if she'll be going with other Mavericks or another troop. So ahead of time, my dear friend Bijan, who's one of our assistant camp directors, is helping me to oversee the Maverick program. We're going to start putting Mavericks together and finding units for them to be with so that everybody is comfortable and you'll know ahead of time, probably the week ahead of time where you'll end up.
My goal is to keep the Mavericks that come to a camp week together in the same unit, the host unit. I just need to make sure with the host unit how many scouts they're comfortable hosting and if they have space in their campsite to do that. But it always tends to be a fun opportunity for other Mavericks to have this mini bond with those that have come together solo and then have another mini bond with the troop that's hosting them for a week. Our Maverick program is super cool, and I have seen a lot of personal growth and scouts come in at really young ages and Maverick every year together for a couple years and then eventually end up joining staff. So I really love our Maverick program. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at the summer camp email that Tori just put in the chat. I'd be happy to give you a call or send you an email back and explain a little bit more about our program and what that looks like.
We had a question about camperships for out of council scouts. I am still finding out about that, if that's a possibility. Right now, I would suggest filling out the form and seeing if you can get it. But I asked the people above me about it, and we'll see what they say. We had a question about Wednesday night dinner. Is foil provided? Foil is provided. Everything you need for dinner is provided. A patrol box may have things that can help make it easier, but you don't need to bring it with you. Who has access to those virtual blue cards? It is that registration contact on Scouting 24/7 Scouting. That is the person that'll have access to those virtual blue cards. We had a question about lighters and matches. Are they allowed? So we will be providing matches for the charcoal. We do not allow open flames or wood burning flames, but we do allow charcoal. So if you wanted to bring a Dutch oven to do on Tuesday night or something like that, you can bring your own charcoal to do that and your own matches to do that, but we don't allow any open wood burning fires. We had a question about registration for classes. That'll be May 4th at 2 o'clock. If you have applied, we're working on sending out letters. The minimum time requirement, we had a question about joining youth, a minimum time requirement. They are required to be there for staff week, which is June 16th to the 22nd. And then we ask for 2 additional weeks for our counselors in training. And then we give priority to staff that are available for the full summer, just so that they can be here for the whole thing and have consistent staff throughout. We had a question about a scout that has a family commitment on Sunday evening. Can they arrive Monday morning? Yes, absolutely. If they have a family commitment or for religious purposes, they need to arrive Monday morning. They are more than welcome to. We recommend they arrive about 8 a.m., get their stuff dropped off so they can get into class by 9 o'clock. 9 a.m. classes do start. All right, question about tents. So we have 2 types of tents at camp. We have our canvas tents that are either an A-frame or outrigger tents. Mostly are all A-frame that are on wooden platforms, or we have our bare bones tents, which have a like tarp type bottom. And in every tent, there are always going to be Bijan, what are they called?
Cots?
Thank you.
Cots.
Thank you, Bijan. There are cots in every tent as well for each person as well. Question about storing extra ingredients in the camp kitchen prior to Wednesday night. Depending on what it is, yes, we just need to make sure that we are in compliance with our own health code and whatnot to make sure that we're good to go, but we can probably do that. Opportunity to select a campsite, or is it based on size? So that's a great question. If you have a campsite that you love, please go ahead and let us know. Email summercamp@ssrlv.org. And we will take that into consideration, but it is based on size. But if you're like, I always love staying in Bear Hollow, then we're going to do our best to put you in Bear Hollow if it aligns with the rest of the units that week. So we want to thank you so much for joining us for our March Down the Hill Leaders meeting. Our next meetings are April 7th and April 11th. The sign up or the registration for those meetings will go up next week when we post the recording of this meeting. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're so excited for this summer. Thanks, y'all.